Imagine yourself in this situation. You have spent an entire month editing a video. That video is the greatest thing you've ever created, and you are so excited to share it with the world. The only step remaining between you finishing the video and uploading it is rendering it. You finally decide to click the render button, and your computer fucking dies! Yeah, you can stop imagining it, because that's exactly what happened to me. On the 10th of December, I unfortunately lost a comrade that I've had for 4 entire years, and the very device that I started my YouTube channel on. As hard as it was to move on, I had no other choice but to do so, and now it was finally time for me to get a new PC. There was just one problem though. I had no idea where to start. The only thing that I knew was that I wanted to keep my budget somewhere around $1,000 to $1,500. Yes, it might have been a little pricey, but I wanted something that would last me for a long time without the need to upgrade it. However, that was it. That was everything that I knew. Where do I go from here? Huh. Yeah, so it turns out that my friend decided to build the entire computer for me on PC Part Picker because he thought it was fun? Well, thanks for that, I guess. Since I was so lazy and in some desperate need for a new computer, I just decided to go with the build that he gave me. And with that out of the way, I now knew what parts I needed to purchase in order to build my computer. But before I could even begin this process, there was one last thing that I needed to overcome. If you couldn't already tell by my profile picture or my appearance, I'm Asian. So some of you might be thinking to yourselves, okay, and why is that a problem? Well, let me tell you why it's a problem, because I don't think you guys realize how scary Asian parents can be. Because when it comes to Asian parents, you guys know how they are.
You need to study. No gaming until you become doctor.
You see, my dead laptop was a birthday gift that I got from my parents a couple of years ago. And let's just say that it took some convincing for them to actually buy it. So when I asked my mom if I could buy a new computer, I kinda expected it to go like this. Hey mom! Hey mom! What you want? So, my laptop broke and I was wondering if I could buy a new computer? What the fuck? You already have a computer and now you need another computer? For what? Every day you sit in your room, you play game all day. Don't waste money on computer, go study instead. Trời ơi. Now, I didn't really record our conversation, but to my surprise, it actually went a little something like this. Hey, mom! Yeah? So, my laptop broke, and I was wondering if we could buy a new computer? Listen, I know it's gonna be expensive and all, but yeah, sure. Wait, what? With my PC parts chosen and permission from my mom, I could finally go on and order the parts. And now, we wait. I'm not gonna lie, picking up all the individual parts kinda made me feel like Thanos finding all the Infinity Stones, if you know what I mean. Except, the Infinity Gauntlet was a computer case, and the fact that I have 8 Infinity Stones instead of 6. And, unlike Thanos, I don't actually want to kill. Yeah, so I got a message yesterday that my CPU and my RAM has arrived. Currently right outside the place, so I'm gonna pick it up. Yeah, I guess I'll just do that right now. And so it began. For the next 7 days, I waited, drove around, and collected the parts one by one. Thinking back, I never actually realized how much I used and relied on my computer for pretty much everything until I finally lost it. Because this is what happens to you when you're on winter break with no computer and absolutely nothing to do. No, your eyes are not deceiving you. And no, this picture is not edited. 14 hours of screen time per day. Almost 100 hours in a single week.
Okay, but like, can't you just go outside?
Yeah, you know what? You're absolutely right. But none of this matters anymore. The parts were finally gathered, the wait is officially over, and the only step remaining is... The day was finally here, and it was now time to build a computer. However, as a person who has never built a computer in my entire life, I would obviously never trust myself with all these delicate parts, which means that I needed a team that would help me throughout the building process. So I called in the man himself, aka the guy who's been in every single one of my videos, Plaske! Along with his brother, who's basically an expert when it comes to building computers.
Låsa fast den. Oh yeah, now we're talking.
Okay, so for you non-computer nerds out there who happen to click on this video, let me give you guys a brief explanation of how all the parts work. Starting off with the motherboard. The motherboard, as you might hear in the name, is basically the mother or parent of all components, because the board itself is what connects all parts together in order for them to work together. Next up is the CPU. The CPU, also known as the brain of the computer, is the part that processes all the information, calculations, and commands. In order to install the CPU, you first gotta line up the arrow on the CPU with the one on the CPU socket. Open the plate and carefully drop it in.
Oh! Det är bara släppa den. Den kan bara passa på ett sätt. Så du behöver inte trycka någonting. Och sen viggla lite så.
Once it's in place, close the plate using the lever until the little plastic thing pops out.
Så du trycker ner den här. Så. Ska du låta oss då?
And congratulations, you've officially installed the CPU. Coming up next are the RAM sticks. Now RAM stands for Random Access Memory, and it's basically memory that every program and application needs in order to run smoothly. The more RAM you have, the smoother your computer runs. When you're installing the RAM sticks, you gotta make sure to push them straight down, because the last thing you want is for this to happen. To be honest, inserting the RAM into the slots was way more of a struggle than I thought it'd be.
Go for it.
And it turns out, I wasn't the only one having a hard time with it.
Oh, there we go. So nice. Oj. Oh, now it's okay. There we go.
Bada bam, got the RAM sticks and the motherboard and the CPU. There it is.
Look at this. Throughout my 2 years of having this mouse, I've never even opened up this thing. Because you know, I already had a laptop, so it was like, yeah, there was no need for me to do that. But now, things are changing. And it seems that I'm gonna have to open this bad boy up. Limits are meant to be broken.
Once the RAM was installed, we went on to insert the SSD. An SSD, or solid state drive, is basically just storage. Yeah, like storage where you store files and stuff. In order to insert the SSD, all we had to do was to unscrew a couple of screws, remove the metal thing.
Som kommer sitta åt det hållet, så. Ish. Och den där standoffen ser rätt ut.
Vad sa du, det hette en standoff?
Ja, alltså, det är lås.
Remove the plastic cover, insert the SSD, screw it back on, and bada bam, you're done. Now that the SSD was in place, it was now time to put the motherboard in the case. Haha, did you see what I did there? Anyway, this was one of the scariest things I've done in my life. If I mess up here and break the motherboard, the entire day is wasted and I have to buy another one. Guys, when I say that this was scary, I'm serious. Look at my hands trembling.
Oh my god. Oh! Okej, det där är inte alls bra. Guys, kanske på assistent här alltså. Ja.
Ska jag bara...
Ja.
In the end, I just couldn't do it and let my friend take over instead. But then we realized that we forgot to install the bottom part of the CPU cooler, and so we had to take it out again and then install it. Oh. And then put it back again.
Oh my god. My legs. Hold on.
The next part is the CPU cooler. Since your CPU is working on so many things at the same time, it sometimes tends to get a little hot. Oh, sorry, did I say a little? I mean very hot. So how do we fix this problem? That's right. That's where the CPU cooler comes in. And up. Before we install the CPU cooler, we can't forget the most important part. The thermal paste.
Where's the flash at? Oh.
And all we have to do now is to screw it in place, connect some cables, and bam, you're done.
Vad är oddsen att kabeln liksom hamnar I fläkten?
Noll.
Okay.
It is now time for every gamer's favorite computer part, the GPU. The GPU, or Graphics Processing Unit, is essentially the part that generates all graphics, visuals, and renders them onto your screen. Oh my god, just look at it.
Here we go, the reveal.
Det hade nog varit bra om jag hade bytt den. Då skulle man kunna ladda ner grejer på super. Mitt recording jag bara
When we were installing the GPU, we noticed that it was sitting a little bit too close to the CPU cooler. Like, concerningly close.
Det är tajt som fan. Tajt. Alltså du, det är inte det där... Inte det lite för nu?
Birda, så länge skiten startar.
But my friend told me that it was fine, and I decided to trust him on that. But I'm telling you, if my GPU ever overheats, I'm coming for you. I know where you live. Next part is the hard drive. And just like the SSD, it's pretty much just storage.
Oh yeah. There it is.
I'm gonna be honest, all I had to do was to attach it to some metal plate thingy.
Groovin' time. Ba-da-bam.
And then I just kinda let them do the rest. Lastly, it was finally time for the PSU, aka the power supply. For a computer to operate in the first place, it needs a little something called electricity. And can you guess where that electricity is coming from? Yup, that's exactly what this bad boy is here for. And just like the hard drive, I just kinda gave it to them and then let them take care of it. And all that was left to do now was to connect all cables to the motherboard. And while they were connecting the cables, I was, what was I doing?
It's an angle, hold on. hold on. Yeah. We proxy.
two demons talking about.
All parts were in place, and the cables were finally connected. It was now time for the moment of truth. Will all these hours that we spent building this computer finally pay off? Only one way to find out. Yeah, I don't think it takes an experienced PC builder to know that it isn't supposed to sound like that. Don't worry guys. Turns out, it was just a cable hitting the fan. Which is kind of funny considering that he literally told me that the chances of this happening was 0.
Oh. Oh my god.
Oh, would you take a look at that? The computer is actually functioning. Now that everything was installed and working as it should, we could officially close off the interior with the glass panel. The only task remaining was to install Windows, tweak a couple of things in BIOS, and the PC building was officially over. You know, it was great to finally have a functioning computer and all, but no fucking way! I turned off the light and I fucking broke it! I can't! It's stuck! Oh, I fixed it. Nope, it's stuck again. This one's fine, but this one...